Anger is the go-to feeling for most people because it's outward directed. Angrily blaming others can feel deliciously sanctimonious, but often it's only the tip of the iceberg. And if you look beneath the surface, you'll glimpse submerged feelings you either weren't aware of or didn't want to show. Fear, helplessness, envy, loneliness, insecurity. And if you can tolerate these deeper feelings long enough to understand them and listen to what they're telling you, you'll not only manage your anger in more productive ways, you also won't be so angry all the time. Before I started my healing journey, I was the angriest person I knew. I was labelled as the angry one in my family, and it was a label I hated. I absolutely hated it so much because I didn't want to be the angry one, I didn't want to feel the anger. And so I always tried to push the anger away. I tried to pretend like it didn't exist. But who was I kidding? No one. And so the anger was the first thing I had to address. Now, anger has such a bad reputation when it's one of the most helpful emotions that we feel, because the anger is there to protect you. When you feel angry, it's because you have said no and someone doesn't listen and they overstep that boundary. They don't listen to your no. And so it makes you feel angry. Another reason why we feel angry is because we feel out of control. We feel like we don't have power over our own lives. With parents or culture or society trying to control your life and say what you should do with your life. But anger is one of the most useful emotions because your anger is there to protect you. And beneath the anger, there's always pain. There's always pain, and it's always because, usually it's because you've given your power away. Anger is there to protect you and to keep you safe. The times when you feel angry is when you have said no to something and someone doesn't listen to that and they overstep the boundary. Anger is portrayed in such a negative way, and anger is, in our society, it's mostly centered around men, and men are the only ones who are allowed to be angry, whereas a woman is not really allowed to be angry. If she's angry, then she's labeled as the angry woman, and it's not seen as very feminine. But let me tell you, anger is a human emotion. It's a human being emotion. Men feel it and women feel it. Emotions are not by gender. We are human beings and we all have the same emotions. Maybe we may feel them in different ways, in varying different degrees, but we all feel the same emotions. And as a woman, we are the ones that are usually told to suppress our anger, because growing up as a girl or a woman, it's, smile, be happy, look pretty, make sure everyone else around you is happy, make sure no one else is stressed. Being a woman, being a girl, it's always being the caretaker, And the thing is, we love that role, but that role needs to come for ourselves first. We need to care for ourselves first. And Dr. Gabor Mate, he talks about how your emotions are linked with your immune system. Your emotions are there because they're giving you direct feedback of how you're feeling in that moment, and how you're feeling is the most important thing, in my opinion. And so as women, when we are constantly told to suppress our anger, what we are doing is we are suppressing our immune system. So if you are suppressing your immune system, then that means you're more likely to get ill. It takes you longer to recover. This is the reason why there is a rise of autoimmune diseases worldwide. And doctors will tell you, we don't know why, but your body is attacking itself. But your body does everything it can to keep you safe, to keep you alive. Your body, every single cell in your body loves you so much and is working so hard every single day to keep you alive. And it has done since the moment you were born. You've never had to give your body any orders to keep keep you safe, to help you survive. And so if you think about it logically, why would the body randomly start attacking itself? And it is to do with the fact that as women, we are always told to suppress our anger. And I'm not saying it's only anger, it's suppression of all emotions. But Dr. Gabor Mate, I will quote him a lot throughout this, because that man has single-handedly helped me understand and heal so many aspects of myself. He has helped me to really embrace my whole self, not just the parts of me I like, you know. And with anger as women, because we are constantly told to suppress it, that starts to directly affect our immune system. And if you think about a floaty ball, right, and imagine that's your anger, and it just floats on the surface of the water, but imagine trying to keep that ball down the whole time. How much energy that is taking. That's a lot of energy, right? When you link it to your immune system, when you link it to the autoimmune diseases, what is happening is when you are suppressing your anger, it's suppressing your immune function. When your immune function is suppressed, it's not working to its best ability. So that means your body starts to attack itself. When it comes to diseases such as cancer, tumors, all that is the growth of unwanted cells. In nature, there's always going to be mistakes. There are so many processes happening in our body in each second that of course there's going to be mistakes. And that's what our immune system is there for. Our immune system recognizes the mistakes, the cells that have been made wrongly, the cells that are not meant to be there, and our immune system gets rid of it. But if you have spent years suppressing your emotions, and especially your anger, then your immune system is also suppressed. The function is reduced. So when these unwanted cell growth happens, your body cannot recognize it. And that's how you get things like cancer and tumors. And this is not, I'm not making this up, this is scientifically proven, but it's just, yeah, the world is the way it is. And with anger, your anger is really telling you that you're holding a lot of pain. Your anger is telling you that you're not speaking your truth, that you are not stepping up for yourself, that you are not stepping into your power. And so many things can influence this. A lot of it stems from childhood. From my own personal experience, I was very angry because my parents couldn't meet my needs. The anger was directed at them for a long time, but through going to therapy and understanding why the anger is there and learning how to feel it, how to process it, how to understand what the anger is telling me, I realized the anger was there because it was trying to keep me safe, because I was incredibly hurt. I was so hurt. I felt so let down. I felt so disappointed. And I felt like I shouldn't feel that way because my parents have given me so much. My parents have given me this life. My parents have brought me here to the UK. They've supported me in my studies, in my education, in giving me stability in my life. And I felt like me feeling angry at them was me blaming them. And this is a topic that I know so many of us struggle with, where when we speak to our parents about our childhood, they take it very personally and they get very upset. And I want you to know that the reason why our parents do this is because they are emotionally immature. And when I say this is not to downplay everything that our parents have done for us. It's not to diminish their value in any way. It's just to shine a light on something that so many of us struggle with. When you are emotionally immature, what you do is you take things very, very personally. You can't see two perspectives of the same thing, because the truth is, my parents did everything they could to give me the best life that they could, and they still let me down in ways. And when I talk about these things, it's not to blame them, it's simply to bring awareness, because only once you bring awareness to these things, only once you bring it to light, can you actually begin to heal from it and move on from it. But what a lot of us do is we push everything down especially the, so-called negative emotions, and anger definitely being one of them. And all that does in the long run is destroy things even more, because when you don't speak your truth, when you are constantly pushing your anger down, that builds resentment. And resentment is one of the most horrible feelings to feel. And I know this because I felt it a lot. With the anger, it is important to understand where it comes from, but it's more important to understand what lies beneath it. So for me, it was feeling very disappointed with my parents, and then that made me feel like there was something seriously wrong with me, because my parents have done so much for me and I love them. I am who I am because of them. But what I realized is that two things can be true at the same time. Two completely opposing things can be true at the same time. That my parents did the best they could, and I love my parents so much, but they did let me down in some ways. With the anger, with any emotion, the most important thing to do is to embrace it, because the emotion is not the enemy. The emotion is not the bad thing. And all fear is really a fear of feeling a particular way. And we're raised in a very emotion illiterate society, where we like to feel happy. We like to feel the lighter emotions, but not necessarily the denser, heavier ones. This book, called The Map of Consciousness Explained by Dr. David Hawkins, is one of the best books I've read that has helped me work through my anger. And he's got this map of consciousness, and it's honestly one of the best books, and I would recommend it to everyone, to be honest. And he talks about how with emotions, it's not that one is bad and one is good, it's just they're different and they all serve a purpose. And I like to look at emotions like colors, because you don't look at colors and you don't say, oh, this one's good and that one's bad. They're just colors, that they're what they are. Blue is blue, yellow is yellow, red is red, and that's the same thing with emotions. So emotional health for me is about being able to feel the full range of the spectrum. With anger, there's always pain underneath. And once you begin to understand why that pain exists, once you begin to give that pain space to exist, once you allow yourself to feel it, then it actually begins to disappear by itself. This is not to say it's easy, because it's definitely not. Healing it's hard work. It's about your intentions with it. My intention for starting my healing journey was really to feel good in life, because I did not feel good. I didn't feel good. Life felt like a burden. And now I can say with my whole being, life is a gift. Life is such a gift, and this doesn't mean that life is easy. Definitely not. Life is full of challenges, but the challenges are what make you grow, if you choose to. I believe that everything in life is a self-fulfilling prophecy, so whatever you think will come true. With anger, sit with it, feel it. Where do you feel the anger in your body? Be with it. And instead of just thinking, try to really feel into your body and see what it's telling you. Because I promise you, it is telling you something. But you have to be very vulnerable and honest with yourself. Anger